Very few people even know that there's those hidden liens. But if you buy one, it's got a lien on it, it's your baby.
Welcome to What Are the Risks of Buying Tax Deed Property? Ted, you mentioned you have coaches at this thing. If somebody decides to pursue this and continue on, are your coaches available? Like, how do they work with your?
Oh yes, we have coaches all over the United States and even some in Canada, and we have coaches that'll actually take you by the hand if you want and go to the auction with you. Now I can tell you, they're not going to just come and pick you up, take you by the hand and go. You're going to do a lot of homework, because that's the key. The key to this business is preparation. If you know how to prepare for the auction and you know how to sell this stuff, you can make yourself a substantial amount of money. I'm not going to get on and say, rah, 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 you're going to be a millionaire by next Friday. I'm not going to do any of that stuff, but I've been at this for a long time, and the educated buyer, you'll only find one or two of them at auctions. Now, that doesn't mean you won't find people at the auction that got money. Now, some people will pay more than the retail price for a property. Now, don't ask me why. Well, here, I can tell you why. It's because they don't know what they're doing. So there'll be properties there that have a value of, say, $500,000. People will overpay. Well, how are you going to make money if you overpay? Some people want to win the auction. We're not trying to win the auction. We're trying to win a property at a low price, or the lowest price we can, and then we want to sell it at a price where we got some margin, and then we want that price to be different than what the property's value. So we know we got value, but we're going to sell here, but we bought it down here. It's a margin business, and we know how to sell. That's the key.
Well, so again, Ted, just to cover any of the potential risks, what about like hidden liens? How do you avoid that, or how do you recognize that?
Okay, well, most people don't understand that whenever there's a lien on a property, what happens with the lien, the legal advisor will tell the person, file a lien against the property at the county record. So if you don't know how to research and you're just going to go to an auction and buy something, and you assume you heard someone say, well, Ted Thomas said there'll be no deed of trust and there'll be no mortgage. Well, there could be other hidden liens. What's a hidden lien? Well, it's at the county record. You just don't know that it's hidden there. But a municipal lien could be on the property. For example, the people didn't take care of the grass, or they didn't take care of the property, and the municipality files a lien. I can tell you that will be against the property. All right. Now, they could get worse than that. What about a lien that came from the federal government? They didn't pay their IRS. They didn't pay the IRS. The IRS could lien the property. Well, if you buy the property, you get the building and you get any liens that attach to it. Let me say that again. When you buy a property, you buy the building, the walls, the doors, the driveway, the garage, you get all that, and you get any liens that attach to it. So I don't think you want to just buy a property and not have done your property research. So do you know how to research property? We have actually an interactive map that you can look. We can go to that map and then go to the county and go and figure out the lien on every single property in the United States. Very few people even know that there's those hidden liens. But if you buy one, it's got a lien on it, it's your baby.
Hey, Ted, let me ask a follow-up question there. Do you need should you have a lawyer working with you as you move through the whole process?
Well, no, you could have a lawyer. If you want to hire a lawyer and spend a lot of money, you could do that. I mean, a lawyer will understand what we're talking about, but we teach that in the class. You need to check the property. You need to check and see if there's any liens or any encumbrances, as they're called. It's just a weight on the property that you'd have to pay. But you don't need an attorney. This was invented 200 years ago by people who couldn't read and write. But the market has become more sophisticated. You just need to get educated. That's what you have to do, and understand that if you go to the records, it's the public records, and it's the public records in all 3,300 counties. You can walk in there and say, I'd like to know about this. And they'll say, all right, we'll help you do that. They'll go to the computer and they'll help you do it. I mean, no one's trying to hide it from you. It's hidden because you don't know about it.
Ted, another issue too, another question, regarding with getting into tax deed properties. What about title insurance? How does that all work?
Oh, yeah. Well, title insurance can be a big headache. Title companies do not want to insure a property. What title insurance is they're ensuring that there's no liens on the property. They're saying, we're going to give you a policy that says you're buying a property with a clear title, no defects. That's what insurance Yes, it's to protect you. All right, but the title insurance goes, oh, wait a minute. You bought it at a tax auction. Did you go and find out about the hidden liens? You say, what's the hidden liens? Okay, well, go find out about them because we're not going to give you insurance. You will not get title insurance until all those liens or anyone that could have claim is off the property. They call that a quiet title auction, a quiet title action. And boy, you need an attorney for that. Costs anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000.
Well, listen, if you've been watching and you're interested in maybe taking that next step with tax deed property investing, take Ted up on that introductory class. $47, 6 hours. Ted, they won't come out of there being experts, but they definitely know whether or not this is for them or not, correct?
Well, I don't think you want to guess with your money. You know, money takes a long time to earn. At least it does for me. It takes a long time to earn. When you pass the money to and you're not going to do any bidding unless they know you got money. They're going to make sure you got money, and you will pay for it. And if you don't pay for it, there's a sheriff right there. The sheriff will ask you out of there, and you'll hear from the district attorney. You can't go to an auction and bid and then not have money. If you don't, I know the sheriff will take you out of the auction. That's for sure.
There's that interactive math that Ted mentioned. That's below 2. You get a taste of that. Ted, thank you so much for sitting with us. We really appreciate it.
Don't forget, request your free auction list right below me.